Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling coherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can. And I continue with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. I will make one last round on the ship, talking to the companions.
My life for yours.
Okay, you can learn everything that I learned.
I have prepared both. I understand now. I do not understand, but the choice is mine whether you... I will answer what I can.
Tell me about your homeworld. This all repeats. I don't think... I don't remember if there was anything that was locked beyond... influence. But I guess I'll run through those conversations again. And... you know, maybe they'll partially repeat, but maybe there will be something new. Was your master behind the destruction of Perilous?
My master did not cause the end of the planet you speak of. There are many factions within the Sith. Where one moves, it is not always known to the others. They believe you are the last of the Jedi. I will answer what I can.
Was your master the one sent to Perilous?
I am not familiar with the place you speak of, but there are others who may move more freely.
What do you mean?
There are many factions within the Sith. Where one moves, it is not always known to the others. They believe you are the last of the Jedi. I will answer what I can.
Tell me of your homeworld.
It is not a subject which I have spoken of, since its destruction.
Why did your master destroy it? How was it destroyed?
The planet was not destroyed. It remains. It orbits, dead in space. But nothing lives on its surface.
If your homeworld was destroyed, how did you survive?
I am not certain I did. I was there when the planet died, to see everything around you extinguished. I imagine there are worse deaths, worse pain. But if there are, I do not know them.
I've seen several similar acts of destruction at Malachor.
I've heard tales of Malachor, but do not mistake me. I did not mean to draw comparisons between Qatar and Malachor. I will answer what I can. It is not a subject which I have spoken of.
How did your master destroy your homeworld? To kill on such a scale, it's impossible. Why did he do that?
The Jedi, the last council of the Jedi, came to our world to meet in secret. They succeeded, but only in bringing him from the outer regions. And my people died, and the Jedi died.
He attacked because the Jedi had gone there?
He cannot deny his hunger for long. And any gathering of Jedi is something he cannot long resist. And now that the Jedi are vanishing, I do not know what will happen. Perhaps he will grow strong enough to eradicate all life, merely with his presence.
Or it may starve him, make him more desperate. I think this is new, based on my high wisdom score. Perhaps it may starve him, make him more desperate.
I do not understand what you mean.
Just thinking out loud, why did the Jedi meet on Qatar?
They hoped to see the threat that had been stalking them, and they did. But they were unprepared for the magnitude of the threat.
Okay, so that just...
I will answer what I can.
That does seem to repeat, mostly.
General, what is it?
You seem distant. Is something wrong?
Traveling with the Mandalorians. It brings back too many memories. Don't worry about me. I won't cause any problems. But if Mandalore steps out of line, I'll put him out the airlock.
Actually, that would be a very good idea. I strongly dislike the Mandalorians, and it annoys me that there's no way to agree with Baudur, actually, but I don't think that would be a good idea.
You're right. I'm just not used to the idea of fighting with Mandalorians. Was this something you wanted me for?
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master. Statement. Ah, more questions. Wonderful.
Okay, so there's nothing new here either. I will remove the crystal. Oh, I can attune it myself. Alright. I'm not sure why it didn't work before, but don't mind if I do. Now, I have picked up a lot of other crystals, so let's see if any of them maybe are better than this one. Plus 1 to 8. Okay, so that's already better. Plus 1 to 8 versus dark side. Plus 1 to 10 cold. 2 to 12 fire. Alright, I'll go with this.
Yes? Is something wrong? Not at the moment. I think we have enough to heal an army. Hopefully we won't need that many. That is hardly surprising. What do you wish to know?
Apparently, did something happen on Daxon? You seem a little calmer than normal.
The tomb on Daxon held many dangers. I did not think I would be up for the challenge. I was pleased that I was mistaken, and that perhaps some of my long-held beliefs are not true after all.
What did you learn?
It is not important. Perhaps we will discuss it another time.
Well, I'm not sure if there will be another time.
That is hardly surprising. What do you wish to know? Okay, do I have enough life packs? I do. I have 54, which should be enough for the end game, I think.
I have questions for you.
Go ahead.
You fought with Revan and Malak during the Mandalorian Wars. Why?
They were the only Jedi who realized that the Republic would fall without the support of the Jedi.
We'd never faced Jedi before, and didn't know the threat they represented. You've always been in the Jedi Order. Things that are common knowledge to you are rumors and stories to the rest of the galaxy. We only knew what we had seen in holovids and from our experience with Exile. And by that time, he was completely a Sith. We thought we would triumph easily over such noble and compassionate leaders. Those are weaknesses we easily exploited in the past. What did you think of us?
Yeah, I kind of veer into violent butchers without humanity, because, as I said, the Mandalorians, I find their characterization, in KOTOR games at least, I don't know much about the expanded universe, to be deeply unlikable. They have committed multiple war crimes upon non-combatants, and they speak about it with nostalgia. Like, that's deranged. Violent butchers without humanity.
War breeds butchers on both sides of the battle lines, Jedi. You know it better than anyone. It's just that we were better at it than anyone the Jedi ever faced. Ever consider what would have happened if we'd won? The Sith would have been nothing more than a border skirmish against the might of my clans. We would have brought a new age of strength and expansion to the Republic, with a wealth of the core worlds providing arms and warships to fuel our growth. Instead, the Republic won. Look around you. Look at what your precious victory has brought you. I ask you this. Is the galaxy better off for the Republic's victory?
Yes, because the Mandalorians are insane. They started a violent war of conquest just because they could. That doesn't give me much hope in their understanding of statecraft. The Mandalorians couldn't run the Republic.
I suppose we'll never know. Now, was there something else you needed?
Well, apparently not.
What have you brought me?
I have stabilized... Oh, can you make some security tunnelers?
No, you have enough. And as I tell all my employees, make do with less.
I have stabilized on the road.
I am willing to indulge some of your questions.
I think it was through this line.
There is nothing more to be done. Now the critical point is you and the Jedi Order.
That sounds a little ominous.
Of course it sounds ominous. I am given to such theatrics as part of my programming.
Well, if you're trying to ease the pressure, you're not succeeding.
I have no wish to. I enjoy watching you squirm. I have, however, observed that you perform beyond expectations when subjected to extreme stress and pressure. Thus, I am curious to see how that behavior may be maximized.
Was that a compliment?
I don't give compliments. I provide observations. Even if it was a compliment, I will never admit it. You may speak.
Okay, so I don't think I have anything else to talk about with you. New trade routes, trade war. That's on Nar Shaddaa.
Yeah, something wrong? Shoot.
You seem restless.
It's all this traveling, being trapped in the ship.
Too quiet?
I'd rather be doing something, somewhere.
Like Nar Shaddaa?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been off planet. Guess I got used to it.
How so?
Well, Nar Shaddaa may be one of the biggest cesspits in the galaxy, but it's got a life to it, activity.
Korea showed me how to listen to Nar Shaddaa.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go that far. I'll believe it when I see it.
Maybe one day I'll be able to show you.
No thanks. Alright.
Were you raised on Nar Shaddaa?
Look, before we get into a game of guess the Pazak card, pull back on the throttle. Talk. About what? Go ahead and ask.
What happened between you and Hanar?
I didn't kill him once. Biggest mistake ever.
What do you mean?
That's a long story. Shoot.
Why don't you kill your targets?
I've killed people before, but not if I don't have to.
But you don't seem to hold back when you're with me.
I know. It's different. I don't know why.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I haven't killed anyone for a long time. But when I'm around you, suddenly it's like I've always been doing it. It's like a reflex. I don't like it. And I don't know when or why it became so easy. Alright.
Okay, so I guess I won't learn the full extent of what Mira has to say, because the game is pretty close to an end at this point, and I don't have enough influence.
Something up?
All right, I'm game. What did you want to show me? Got it. I'll be sure to make use of it.
Something up?
Okay, so you can learn basically everything I can learn, because
Something up?
if I remember correctly, there will be another point where he's on his own in the end game.
Something up?
All right, I'm game.
Something up?
All right, I think I've got it. I'll try to practice it when I get the chance.
Something up? Something up? Something up? Something up?
All right, what did you want to know?
Apparently nothing. Fair enough.
We must go to Dantooine, to the Enclave. There is something there that you must hear if you are to understand. I have no time for questions, and any answers will have to wait until we stand within the Enclave together.
Alright, so I'll quickly go back to Nar Shaddaa to wrap those two side quests. And then it's on to Dantooine.
I hear you.
Your path returns you here, and I am thankful. How may I assist you today? I wanted to talk about establishing trade routes. Let me know if you make progress. Onderon is in chaos, but you might trade with Mandalorians on Daxon. Very good. I will set up connections immediately. Your path returns you here. I am not ready to expand beyond Najada, Daxon, and Dantooine. Okay, so what do you have? Do you have something new? You do, actually. I'll buy this. HK Protocol Pacifist Package. That ought to be fun. Okay, I'll sell some stuff. I'll sell this because no one can use it. Oh. Ah, but that's restricted to dark side. Yeah, that's a pretty cool rifle. A human back like sewage rush. Good, good. Find not male Rodian female tread junk here. Only best tread weapon, best tread armor. I'm standing with Gita, don't trouble her anymore. This I not need. She even steals my... I give up. She can keep this hole, I not need it. As for you, you make an exchange not happy. Hope you live more than a few hours before they learn it. Alright, so I guess that's done. I literally have no other quests left.
I am ready. If you've got some time, I'd like to see what I can upgrade for you.
Yes, I do have a few moments to spare for your work. I would like to know what he is doing here, though.
He helps me out with repairs. That isn't a problem, is it?
I suppose not. Perhaps in working on my circuitry, your assistant will learn something about how a fully functional droid is constructed.
Just ignore him and let's get to work.
I would appreciate that. Our group has little in the way of time to spare, and I would not want to delay you from your other duties.
Right. Let's get you open. See what you can do. I have to say, you are put together quite well. There wasn't much to do.
As I told you, my design is streamlined and efficient, though I am pleased that you were able to make some improvements, and this was not just a waste of my valuable time.
There were a few things from my remote that I was able to integrate into your construction.
I see. Well, thank you. I'll let you get back to your work. Iridonian, I would like to speak with you about your assistant.
My assistant? Oh, right. What is it?
I believe he has it in his head that my relative size is comical. I find his disparaging beeps and whistles to be quite annoying.
I thought only utility droids had size issues.
If I am to continue to operate with him, I would appreciate it if you spoke with him about this. Otherwise, I will be forced to find a more permanent solution.
Yes, General?
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
I found a new upgrade part for you.
Statement. Something approaching joy is now growing in my behavior core, Master. Please install it at once. Cautionary. But please do so carefully. I have seen how you use a hydro spanner.
How does that feel?
Answer. I do not know, Master. I feel strange. Like a circuit has been flipped.
Well, as long as you're not going to start shooting wildly at anyone we meet, then fine.
Answer. Oh, Master, I could not allow myself to harm another. What if they have families? Or children? We must always think of the children. The littlest ones always suffer in war. Musing. I think perhaps I would enjoy learning a new language. Or watching an informative holovid.
Are you okay? I think I flipped the wrong switch. Or the right one.
Statement. I am fulfilling my primary function, which is to facilitate communication between species and put an end to hostilities. Greeting. Oh, hello, little T3 unit. I am HK-47, protocol and translation droid. Answer. Of course I am all right. Why wouldn't I be? I respect all life. All life is connected and should be nurtured.
Well, to be honest, I kinda low-key love it. I would like to keep it like this. I don't need him to kill anyone. I am fully capable of killing my own enemies, if that is absolutely required. But unfortunately, you cannot leave that module in him. Hold still, I need to operate.
Exclamation. No, Master, no! What are you doing? Statement. Master, please, I beg you, never install anything again without checking it in the diagnostics bay first. That was a close one. I almost surrendered completely to peace and pacifism. How repugnant. Conclusion. Still, there was a brief moment where I felt I almost understood why some meatbags choose peace and friendship over a high-powered blaster carbine.
HK has gained a bonus to wisdom and awareness. It has given you an experience bonus.
Query. Now, are there any other horrors you wish to try and insert in my system? Or is your electronic butchery done?
I'm done.
Let's go.
Good to go. Out of my way. I am Colonel Tobin of the Underon Lord, I bring news of the Jedi. A place where you may feed. Telos, Master. There is an academy of Jedi on Telos. Perhaps hundreds of them. Enough to sustain you. And enough for you to free Onderon. Enough for you to free Onderon.
Great. It's interesting. Okay, so that's where the Jedi Masters are.
It has been some time. The years have not been kind to us both, it seems, but perhaps now they will see the truth at last.
Did you not go to join him?
No, it is a battle he must face alone.
But Atris, she has not come.
Of course she has not. There is no battle here. It is for the Jedi alone. And now the Exile shall see their blindness for himself. It is what we have fought against for centuries.
You.
Yes. At last, you see. And And what was Jedi is Sith. And what is Sith is Jedi.
It is not as it was.
But perhaps that is for the best.
We were wondering when you would arrive. This moment has taken some time to reach us, and I imagine you have many questions.
Or perhaps you've come for revenge.
Why did you cast me out of the Order?
We cast you out of the Order because you followed Revan to war. There was no other reason.
No, there was another. You had become different somehow, changed. The war had changed you.
You are no longer a Jedi, but we could not tell you why. Some explanations mean nothing unless the one who suffers comes to the answer on their own. What had happened to you was punishment enough, and the Jedi do not kill their prisoners.
And if you had stayed, you would have changed us, and that we could not allow.
Changed you? What do you mean?
You already know the answer. You've noticed it in those who travel with you.
My companions? What about them?
Have you noticed that when you act, others follow?
Those that travel with you.
Something's wrong here. And where's Kreia?
Do not let them hurt him.
This is the Jedi Council? But they seem weakened somehow.
There's something wrong here. A disturbance in the Force.
This is the makings of a military council.
I only see one Jedi here.
They follow you, without question, without hesitation.
Against their instincts, and sometimes against their sense.
You draw them to you, and your actions affect them strongly.
It is because you are a leader, but that still fails to grasp the meaning of what I'm trying to tell you.
So explain yourself.
It is not an easy thing to explain. Sure, you are familiar with Force bonds. It is the bond that develops between apprentice and master when one truly understands another. It is developed over time through understanding of each other.
Such bonds can happen at times of great conflict, or when another Jedi dies close to another. It echoes.
Yet you do it so easily, and we do not know why.
You make connections through the Force, and it resonates with those who travel with you. The resonance is even greater when they, too, are Force-sensitive.
Your actions affect others more than you know. You draw others to you, especially those strong in the Force.
When you suffer, their spirit echoes it. And when they are in pain, their pain becomes yours.
How did this happen?
We do not know, but it is not the first time you felt the weight of so many lives.
And that is why Malachor echoes within you still.
What do you mean?
We did not cut you off from the Force. You were merely deafened to it. Because of that last battle of the Mandalorian Wars.
The screams of countless thousands, Jedi and Mandalorians, crushed by the planet's gravity, annihilated.
Their lives still scream across the surface of that dead planet, and within you. You are sensitive to such things. You have a deep connection to life around you.
And when that life dies, then you suffer. Their screams become your screams.
And the screams of 1,000 Jedi dying. The screams of an entire people dying. Are more than anyone who can feel the Force can bear.
For one such as you who feels life so strongly, who makes such connections so easily, the silence you heard within yourself after Malachor was not silence. It is death, so loud as to deafen you. You carry all those lives with you still.
To hear the Force over such pain, it is not possible. It was too much for any Jedi to endure, and it is a wonder that you did not die there when thousands perished. All those you had fought with and struggled with. You cut yourself off because you had to if you were to survive. You had hints of it in the war on Doxy. Malachor was simply the final blow.
You were deafened.
At last, you could hear.
You were broken.
You were made whole.
You were blinded.
And at last, you saw.
When you returned to us, we saw what had happened. You carry all those deaths at Malachor within you. And it has left a hole, a hunger that cannot be filled.
In you, we saw a wound in the Force.
In you, we saw the end of the Force.
Now, I think it's very cool that this game gives an actual in-story explanation for the unusual charisma of like an RPG protagonist. Because they are right, my companions follow me without question, and they changed based on me. They follow my alignment. And I think it's very cool that it is woven directly into the story of the game. My connection to the Force. But that makes no sense. I can feel the Force again.
Yes. You can feel the Force, but you cannot feel yourself. You are a cipher, forming bonds, leeching the life of others, siphoning their will and dominating them. It is the teaching of these new Sith to feed on others, on other Force sensitives. They are symptomatic of the wound in the Force. You are a breach that must be closed. You transmit your pain, your suffering through the Force. Within you we see something worse than merely the teachings of the Sith. What you carry may mean the death of the Force, and the death of the Jedi.
But I can feel the Force strongly.
So you think. It is not the strength of a Jedi you feel.
He's right. It's all the death you've caused to get here. You feed on it, and you grow stronger. You're like Malachor. It's in you, it's what you are now. You must have noticed as you fought across all these planets, killing hundreds, only to become more and more powerful. Why do you think that was?
But what's worse is that bonding you have. It hasn't gone away. It's gotten stronger, and the more attachments you form, the more you draw others to you.
And that is why you are a threat to us all.
A threat?
What if other Jedi went to war as you did, suffered the same events, and emerged as you did? What if there was a crucible that trained such Jedi to consume and kill?
For you, Malachor was that crucible. You have almost completely restored your connection to the Force. But there are cracks, dark places within you that echo still.
Our attempts to understand you, to learn what happened to you, are now lost to us. What's worse is these Sith that we face. I fear that they have learned the lesson of Malachor all too well. It is what allows them to prey on Force users, to become stronger when Force sensitives are near.
Somehow they have learned their hunger from you. And so you have brought about the end of the Jedi, and perhaps all the knowledge of the Force. But it is of no consequence. Your ability to make such connections, such bonds so easily are why you cannot remain.
And so you wait, as a shadow.
Yes, we are alike that way, blinded one.
I would have thought you would walk with him amongst the Jedi. That is not the way of the Sith, is it?
Do not speak to me of the ways of the Sith. You, of all of us, have no conception of what it means to be Sith. I have watched you hunger and doubt and drown in fear, and I have borne it all silently. I have felt your lusts and your longing and that spark of hope, and longed to crush it. You could have been strong. There is a core in you where light shall never touch.
You are a threat to living creatures and all who feel the Force.
You will lead the Sith here, and that we cannot allow.
Our judgment before remains. Exile. You must leave. And you must leave without your tie to the Force. It is a punishment reserved for only a few, and only when necessary. But we have the power to cut you off from the Force, and it must be done.
Forgive us, but it is necessary.
No, that's kind of bullshit. Like, the Jedi Council, they have been wrong to exile me in the first place, because I have done... I still stand on the principle that I have actually done nothing wrong. The Mandalorians had to be stopped, and it was the Jedi Council who were wrong to do nothing while millions of people died. It was a defensive war. It was a just war from the perspective of the Republic. It is just to defend yourself against unprovoked aggression. And you know, the protagonist, the Exile, he was probably the noblest out of anyone who has followed Revan to that war, because he was the only one who has returned to, you know, face Judgement, and that in itself has proven, from my perspective, that he must have been someone of like sound moral character to have decided to have done that. And you know, now the Jedi, they don't admit their mistake, and instead they double down. Like I have done, you know, I have been a force for good this entire game. I have helped people, you know, saved people, protected people, and I think I have actually influenced my companions in a way that's positive, because, you know, Atom, he was a murderer, you know, a torturer for the Sith, but he wants to redeem himself, you know, to help me save the galaxy, and it's partially because who I am, because of that charisma that the protagonist possesses. So I won't give up the Force. Stop this.
Do not be afraid. You shall feel no pain, but this must be done. As long as you feel the Force, you are a danger to those around you.
Enough! Step away from him.
What?
Step away! He has brought truth, and you condemn it? The arrogance! You will not harm him. You will not harm him ever again.
I thought you had died in the Mandalorian Wars.
Die? No. Became stronger. Yes.
Is this your new master, Exile? If so, then you follow Revan's path. Her teachings will cause you to fall as surely as he did.
She is difficult to see. She is like a shadow of the Exile. We sought to lure the Sith out, and now they have come to us.
As you would pass judgment on him, I have come to pass judgment on you all. Do you wish to feel the teachings born of the Mandalorian Wars? Of all tragedies that scream across the galaxy? Let me show you. You, who have forever seen the galaxy through the Force. See it through the eyes of the Exile, as I have. Endure what he has endured, and perhaps there is the faintest hope that you will hear what he has heard. How could you ever hope to know the threat you face when you have never walked in the dark places of the galaxy, faced war and death on such a scale? If you had traveled far enough, rather than waiting for the echo to reach you, perhaps you would have seen it for what it was. There are places in the galaxy where the dark side of the Force runs strong. Such places are born of war, of death, of suffering. And if unchecked, their power grows, scream building upon scream, until any who can hear succumb to it or die. It breaks the spirit beneath it, as all wars do. It corrupts all that walks on its surface, drowns them in the power of the dark side. It corrupts all life, and it feeds on death. Did you not hear its call on Dantooine Brook, on its scarred surface, and in the minds of the settlers? And you, Kavar, so close to the call of Daxan, tell me, did you not feel what poured from the moon, what had taken place there? And Zezkael, to hide upon Nar Shaddaa, yet blind yourself to all that happens there. So close to understanding the Force, so close to giving it up. Revan knew the power of such places, and the power in making them. They can be used to break the will of others, of Jedi, promising them power and turning them to the dark side. Did you never wonder how Revan corrupted so many of the Jedi, so much of the Republic, so quickly? The Mandalorian Wars were a series of massacres that masked another war, a war of conversion, culminating in a final atrocity that no Jedi could walk away from. Save one. And that is what I sought to understand. How one could turn away from such power, give up the Force, and still live. But I see what happened now. It is because you were afraid. I have endured your corruption of my other students. You shall not have this one. It is done. He is no more.
Come with me. The Exile. He is dead. We have lost. It is over.
No. Now the true war begins. The Jedi is all that united my master and the others.
In hatred there is unity. Against a common foe, even enemies may stand side by side.
Now they will turn on each other, and the betrayals will begin. They will feed on each other until only one remains.
It is more than that. That which waits in the darkness will now show itself. Your master will begin what he has foreseen and hungered for, Blinded One. Now the galaxy will begin to die. I am one of the Sith, it is true. I must answer for my actions, and it is my wish that only Atris hear my answers. Take me to Atris. She will have the strength to do what the Council cannot.
What are we gonna do? If we don't stop her, then everyone, everywhere, they're gonna lose their lives.
If I lose him, it will be my failing. It is the failing of the Jedi who followed Revan. It is a failing of their teaching.
Soon your ship will come, my master. I will bring him before you, but I will not let you have him. Soon your ship shall come from that which made you.
Should have stayed in that ship. Let it drift until the power ran out. Let it drift in that battlefield until the storms dragged me down.
More Jedi dead because of me. But this won't end like the Mandalorian Wars. I won't.
I know you can hear me. I have always known. It is why I have followed you. I have destroyed planets for you, General. But now, this once, if we could save something in this galaxy. I need to do this, or I will die inside, like I died at Malachor 5.
Prepare my ship. I will attend to this myself. The Jedi Order is finished. The last, the Exile, is dead. There is more. Darth Treya yet lives. You did not kill her as you assumed. She did what with all your power you could not do. Our alliance is finished. I have no need of you. I have never needed you.
Now it ends. And the darkness comes.
You have gained a new light side force power, Force Enlightenment. This master is dead, drained of life. His body is worse than lifeless. It's like an absence in the Force. Where is Kreia?
The handmaiden took her. She thinks Kreia killed you.
Why does she think that?
Because that's the lie Kreia told her, that's why. The only thing that matters is the handmaiden believes it. And she's gonna react exactly how that old witch hoped she would. That's why she wanted the handmaiden on board, you know. So she could use her to reach the Telos Academy whenever she wished, without needing the access codes.
They're going to Telos?
Yes. The handmaiden knows who she is now. She'll take her to Telos, and Atris will do what she'll do to anyone she thinks is a Sith.
Atris will execute her.
Yeah, she will. If she can.
The Sith are planning to attack Telos. Everything will be decided there.
That's what I was afraid you'd say.
What is wrong? Something troubles you. I can feel it.
I fear I've been influencing you all without realizing it.
I do not understand what you mean.
Do you ever wonder why you're with me?
I would die for you. When I tell you my life for yours, it is my choice. And if there is an ending between us, where my sacrifice can save you, it will be because it is my desire, not your will.
But how do you know that?
I simply do. And sometimes there is no reason that can be given. What did you learn within the Jedi Academy?
that I form connections through the Force. That's why others follow me to their death.
Then that is the danger of their beliefs. They do not understand you, what it means to be human, to lead. The feelings I have for you are because of what I see, what I hear in your voice. All that tells me you're a natural leader. I follow because I believe in you. I will die because I believe in you. And where they look at you and see the death of the Force, I look at you and see hope for all life. I look at you and see that perhaps a life untouched by the Force is not the punishment it is believed to be. I will understand if you feel you must go on alone. But I ask that you do not. Instead, take strength from your connection to others. Do not forsake them as you did in Exile.
I will, Visas. Wait, are you troubled? Why?
He awaits you at Telos. If you go there, you must face him. And when you do, he will wound you, as he has wounded me.
I have to face him.
I ask you, I beg you, to stay here with me.
I cannot stay.
I know, but I could not let you go without asking you. This last time, I have never asked you for anything. I have fought alongside you, would have given my life to you many times over. And now there is something I must ask. I want to look upon you, where no one else can see. Where it is just us. I want to see your face, the color of your skin. I wish to see what the handmaiden sees when she looks at you. That causes her heart to race, and her tone to change. What causes her to forsake her heritage, her oaths, as you made me forsake mine. I need to know if perhaps I am wrong. If the universe is not as my master once showed me.
The universe is not solely as our eyes make it out to be. You know this.
From the moment I heard your voice across the galaxy, I have longed for you. It is the echo, a wound that travels still, that when heard, made me understand that there was another wounded as I was. One who had felt the same sense of loss. When I heard it, I loved you more than my own life. And I wanted you to be here with me, for as long as you will let me love you. Stay. And I want you to see what I see when I gaze upon you. I want you to know why I cannot look at you, and why I am drawn to you.
Well, no. I cannot stay, mostly because overall she makes me sad. She's a sad character because she's essentially an abuse victim, which, you know, her master has broken her to enough of a degree that I don't think she's even, like, he has broken her will, and I think that has deep repercussions for how she views life and herself. And when because she essentially did a 180, you know, when I spared her, she was instantly like, I would die for you, because I have replaced her master in her head. Like, I feel if we were intimate with each other, that would be, you know, she might think it's her own choice, but I don't think it is. I think that would be abuse of some kind. She's a deeply traumatized person, and I don't think that would have been right, so I cannot stay.
I know, and yet it was something
Admiral Onesi, I have found the Exile, and that which hunts the Jedi. The Sith will attack Telos. They believe many Jedi lie hidden on its surface. We are going there now to aid them. Mikal out.
Who is there?
Who I am is not the question.
I am Atris, Jedi Master. The last historian of the Jedi. The last of the Jedi.
Those are titles, words you cling to as the darkness falls around you.
You seem familiar to me.
Atris, I have always been here.
You are that which has attacked the Jedi. You are Sith.
Sith is a title, yes, but like you, the title is not who I am. It is not what I believe. For you, it is different. Know that there was once a Darth Treya, and that she cast aside that role, was exiled, and found a new purpose. But there must always be a Darth Treya, one that holds the knowledge of betrayal, who has been betrayed in their heart, and will betray in turn. You have bathed in the knowledge of the Sith. But there is not enough truth in such teachings. But it will be a step for you. You have gathered Sith holocrons, Sith teachings from across the galaxy. It is why you have chosen servants who cannot feel the Force. And most importantly, they cannot feel what you have become.
I have sought to preserve the Jedi Order, and I have gathered all that I know of the Sith to this place, so I might find them and stop them.
I had wondered if any of these holocrons had survived Dantooine. You have taken relics from one destroyed planet to the devastation of another.
It was always intended for the Jedi to retreat to Telos should Dantooine be attacked, taking all their lore with them. We could not allow the tragedy at Ossus to happen again.
Such an act marked Telos for destruction. It is why the Sith came here, though the fleet commanders did not know why. It is why Revan ordered its destruction to mark the beginning of the Jedi's civil war. It was a message that there would be no place for the Jedi to retreat, to hide. I would not be surprised if Revan left other gifts beneath the surface of the planet. Much can be buried beneath graveyards that will never be found.
When the Sith attacked, I felt Telos die. Turbo lasers fell like lightning upon the landscape, as they did on Dantooine, and so many died. So many voices, screaming in pain.
Yes, such acts leave their mark on the galaxy. Their cries travel far, though few can hear them.
How did it happen?
Search your heart. It was never battle that called to you, never battle that caused you to fall. Malachor 5 has touched many things, and it casts its echoes still.
Why did he betray me?
You betrayed yourself. Do not blame the Exile. And unlike you and I, there is still a chance that one may be saved. The one that you cast out.
Where is the Exile? I had thought...
Oh, he will come. But it will be too late to save either of us. It is such a quiet thing to fall, but far more terrible is to admit it. Your mistress awaits. She has much to share with you.
The last of the handmaidens is before us.
It is good that you have returned. You have much to answer for.
What are you saying? You have betrayed us. You have betrayed Atris.
You are no longer one of us. You followed the Jedi, betrayed your oath.
Listen to me. Atris has been touched by the Sith. It is not too late for...
Silence.
It is a crime to kill blood, but not to kill a betrayer as you.
I will not fight you.
Then you shall fall.
We shall see what the Exile has taught. If she kills her sisters, then the dark side will have its claim on her. Yet if she does not, then she will die. Such is sacrifice.
The true test of battle is how much force to bring against opponents. If you wish to kill them, do not hold back. But if you wish to stun them, incapacitate them, then you must choose your attacks carefully, using just the right amount of force, just the right weapon to stop them.
Is there an actual... Is it an actual choice that they have? To stop your sisters, you must either kill them all, or end the combat with all of them stunned or paralyzed. If you can reduce them to enough hit points without killing them, they shall be automatically stunned. Alright. That's understandable to me. So obviously I don't want to kill them. Okay, so this approach will not work. The force
This will teach you. This will teach you. This will teach you. This will teach you. This will teach you.
Okay, I'll save over this. This is pretty promising.
Where have you been? You've been absent so long, I feared for your safety. Were you with the Exile all this time?
Mistress, as you commanded, I...
Commanded? Did I command you to consort with him? To follow his teachings, to betray your oath?
Mistress, the Exile taught me many things.
I am certain he did. And now perhaps it is time to show me what you have learned.
Mistress, I do not understand.
Of course you do not. But you will learn. But you have had a long journey. And I am anxious to see what you have learned of war and battle.
Now, I'm pretty sure this, the lightsaber that she's wielding, is actually the Exile's original lightsaber.
This will teach you. This will teach you.
Okay, that was a poor opening.
Enough! Did you have feelings for him? Did you touch him? Did you look upon him with love? There is no love in that one. He is a shell, devoid of emotion. All that he was died at Malachor, and he dies there still, as he should. So, one exile has arrived to save another.
Do not harm her. You have truly fallen far to kill a helpless opponent.
It is no crime to kill the Sith, or any that threaten the Republic, as you proved in the Mandalorian Wars. This is now my battle, and you are now my enemy.
Surrender, I do not wish to fight you.
Such a noble offer. Your execution has been too long delayed, Exile. She said you would come here to this place. If you think you can defeat me here, you are wrong. All this collected knowledge, all these teachings of combat and the Force, they're mine to command. And if I must use it to end you, I will. Surrender. You need not die.
Atris, you have fallen to the dark side. Surely, you must see that.
Atris? That is not who I am. Not any longer. She has not existed for some time, I think. There was always something else within me. It just took time for its voice to be heard.
What happened to you?
The old woman you traveled with finally made me listen to myself, to the galaxy. She said that you would come here, and that you would face me in battle.
I surrender and I will spare you.
Surrender? To you? Never. Let us end this.
This will teach you.
Kill me. End this.
I will not kill a helpless opponent, Atris.
I did not expect mercy from you. After all that has happened between us.
We have greater problems, Atris, and there has been enough killing. If you will not kill me, then what will you do? What happened to you?
This knowledge of the Sith and the Jedi is what I am. It is my attempt to hold on to the past, to try and protect the future.
That is why you've gathered the Sith relics?
I sought to preserve the knowledge of the Jedi, and to do that I needed to know the Sith, in order to stop them. Once I was a historian, the chronicler of the Jedi, and when both wars passed me by, I was determined that I would not forsake battle again. In some part of me, I knew I had made choices, compromises, but always for the sake of the Republic, of the galaxy. To do what you had done, at times, did not seem so wrong.
It never does until you realize you've lost your connection with everything else.
You're right. The Jedi were all that seemed left to me, and yet I had become so far removed from them that I betrayed them.
Can you tell me where the Sith are striking from?
You always knew where they were striking from. You always knew. These Sith are spawned of you. Spawned by the Mandalorian Wars. All those deaths. All those Jedi. Their power is to feed on life, until nothing is left except a hollow galaxy, echoing with the screams of the Jedi lost to us.
Is that where Kreia has gone?
Yes. I had thought she was awaiting me at that place, but I see now that she lied. It was not meant for me, but for you. She has gone there. She is waiting for you to travel to Malachor 5, to finish what you started.
What I started?
Yes. You are an echo in the Force. A hollow space where it has been wounded. It takes a great act of destruction to create such emptiness. But it can be done. It creates places where the Force is difficult to hear, and difficult to find one's way. And you carry it with you, always.
What does this have to do with Kreia?
Now she seeks to create another echo, a wound in the Force, greater than the one before, greater than the one you caused. It will deafen all touched by the Force until no life is left. You were strong enough to withstand it once, but few have your strength in such matters, especially if they are unprepared.
Why would she do that?
I do not know, but she needs you there. If you choose not to follow, she will murder herself at the heart of Malachor, and you will die along with her.
Why?
You're important to her somehow, but I do not know for certain.
If you know, tell me.
She is willing to sacrifice herself at the heart of that graveyard world for you. A choice others have made in the past. A choice I wish to make. It is because I care for you, and I suspect that you alone hold that place in her heart where nothing else lives. And that is why you are the only one who can stop the destruction to come.
But if Kreia is a Sith, why would she do such a thing?
She seeks the death of all Jedi, all Sith, and the death of the Force. It is madness. It is impossible. But she believes you are the key.
Death of the Force?
There are places in the galaxy dead to the Force where nothing lives, where the echoes travel forever and do not reach their destination. And these places may be created, even from the simplest of events, the slightest of motions. One person, at the right place, at the right time, can change the face of the galaxy, or end it.
But why should I matter?
You're important to her somehow, but I do not know for certain.
Okay, so this just loops. I have heard enough. This matter is finished.
And what will you do with me now? Abandon me here on this dead world? Or end my life as I wish to end yours?
I need you to see what you have become and turn away from it.
I tied my life, my decisions to the Jedi. Perhaps only in separating myself from the Jedi can I become myself again, learn who I am. Perhaps exile is what I deserve, even though it is many years too late and you have already returned. Leave now, while you can. Save Telos, save the galaxy, save yourself. No, I could not bring myself to tell him. It would have changed nothing. And because I was afraid. You know what lies at the heart of Malachor 5. I had thought it was in the past, yet it has become the future. And all that has happened there will happen again. And that is why I cannot bear it. Because it is Malachor 5. And because I love him. I do not understand why the Sith permit such teachings to exist. They cause only echoes, wounds in the Force. A beacon? For who?
You came for me. I thought I had lost you.
I am sorry, I came as quickly as I could.
Kreia. She said the Council had ended you. And all along she was one of those who had sought to kill us.
Kreia has told many lies, and the architecture is difficult to see.
When I heard her say that you were dead, I failed you. I let my emotion run through me and I acted without thinking. I wanted to punish her, hurt her, see her answer for what she had done to the Jedi, for leading you to the Council.
Calm yourself, I am here now, it is all right.
Of course. Forgive my display. I am the last of the Handmaidens no longer. I am Brianna, disciple of the last of the Jedi, and the one who will stand with you against all enemies who face us.
Let's get to it, we've got a planet to save. It is good to hear your name.
It is good to hear it, after so long.
Okay, so apparently it is the part where HK infiltrates that droid factory, which is restored content, but I'll do that next time because this episode has been long enough. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!